Okay, so I wanted to look at more on the syllabus. I look at the rubric for the Windshield case survey that you will be completing. This is your first assignment that'll be due February 4th at 8 a.m. So just wanted to kind of give you a little bit more of a breakdown on this rubric. So the beginning part, what I wanted you to do is you really need to look at chapter 15. Looking at that chapter is kind of going to give you more of an explanation as the community, as a client, and applying the nursing process in that. Especially on page 476 and 477, this breaks down what is a windshield survey. So you really need to look at table 15.4 on page 476 and 477. This tells you what a windshield survey is. So you look at the rubric first as our normal grammar AP format. You have up to 15 points. You can see that. Make sure you have a title page. It could be, survey of Du Bois County, or windshield survey of Du Bois County, or assessing Knox County. So just kind of make up your own title page. Make sure you have your writing head for that on the paper. And then I'm only requiring first and second level headings for this paper. So remember, as far as your content, looking at that, you want to provide an introduction. Why did you choose the community that you chose? And you don't have to choose the community you live in. It can be the community you work in. Maybe your parents live there. Just choose a community and let me know why you chose that community. And this introduction can be in first person. That is completely fine if you want to be in first person for that. So the next, after your introduction, I want your first level of heading to be, I wanted to have community, maybe make it community survey, or Du Bois County survey, or however you want to do that for your first level heading. And then once you go down to your second level heading and do each of these 4: physical, economic, services, and social. So each of those should be second level headings, 1 through 4, under number 2 of your rubric. So your physical, I want you to look at, on page 476, the physical components. So does your community have these conditions? Look at the age and conditions of your building, are there open spaces? What type of air, water quality does your community have? Is there a lot of trash, a lot of abandoned vehicles? So just kind of look at those different things. Do you have rivers? Do you have commercial and residential boundaries? So look at that for your physical, address that. That's one paragraph. Under your economic, you also look on page 476. Is it a thriving community? Do you have homeless shelters, soup kitchens? Is food stamps welcome? What's your grocery stores? What type of businesses in places of employment do you have? Again, that's another paragraph for your economic. And if you need to use 2 paragraphs, that's fine. 1 to 2 paragraphs for economic and these different components. I just want to at least see a good 1 paragraph for each of these. For your services, make sure you look under there. They want to know what type of schools are the conditions of your schools. Are these outdated buildings? Are there libraries? Do you see different types of denominations in your churches? Is there a variety that will help each denomination, each religion? Look at your healthcare. Do you have transportation? Do you feel safe in your community or this community? Is there adequate fire, police protection, crime rates? So looking at all of those conditions underneath your services. Then under your social, 1 to 2 paragraphs about are there common hangouts? So is there places for older adults, middle-aged adults, younger adults, teens to gather, to, we say hang out, to have gathering places for them? Looking at your newspapers, radios, TV. Right. We'll also look at your ethnicity. Is there a lot of diverse culture in your community? Or is it mainly a certain population, a certain ethnic group? And then your last paragraph under that social is I want you to make sure you include, actually in your first paragraph, make sure you include the beliefs, values, attitudes, and practices of your community. So what do you see as dominating beliefs and values and attitudes? And then your last paragraph under social, I want you to know, what are your impressions of this community? What do you think about this community that you're assessing? Okay, and then your next first level heading will need to be Healthy People 2020 Objectives. That's what I want the second first level heading to be. And then under that first level heading, I want you to tell me the needs of your community. So after you've done your Windshield survey based upon the table 15.4 in pages 476 to 477, you're going to look and see maybe economically, maybe there's not a lot of thriving community, there's not a lot of businesses, there's not a lot of places of employment. So that would be a need, because as a community, we need places to be employed, places to have an income. Or maybe you look under your services or social, maybe social, there's not any really common gathering places for maybe the elderly adults, or maybe for disabled individuals as well. So those are some needs. So give me some needs that you have found in your community using that Windshield survey. And then I want you to relate it to your Healthy People 2020 objectives. The CDC and Healthy People 2020 have their own website. So I want you to relate that. Why do Healthy People 2020, what are their objectives that they think that as a nation, as a whole, that we need to achieve, and how does the needs of your community tie into that? So for instance, maybe Healthy People 2020, there's an objective regarding childhood obesity. Well, I can tie that in because under my social, I realize there's no gathering spots for younger adults, for children to play. Maybe there's no parks under your services. Maybe there's really adequate running tracks and walking tracks, different outside activities that promote exercise. So make sure you're just kind of thinking outside the box, how you can tie in the needs of your community with the Healthy People 2020 objectives. And just remember, you're probably going to have to reference this Healthy People 2020 government website. So that'll be 1 to 2 paragraphs. And then in summary, I just want you to, conclusion will be your last first level heading. So it'll be another first level heading of conclusion. So I want you to tie that information in. How does that help you as a citizen and in your professional practice? Doing this Windshield survey, how did that affect how you're going to practice? So say you're working on an acute care unit and you take care of a patient that needs some assistance outside when they get home. So maybe this information will let you see other services that are provided in your community. Maybe you looked at mental health counseling or mental health services, or maybe this patient doesn't have a vehicle and you're sending them home, but maybe you found out that there's public or private transportation available. So make sure you show to me how you can tie this into your practice right now. And then what RN to BSN program outcome did you meet? If you do look at the end of the rubric, there is right here, actually gives you a program outcome that this assignment should help you meet. But if you feel like there's another one that helps you achieve this as well, by all means use that again. Just to let you know too that maximum page length is 3 pages, so does not include your title or reference page. So make sure you keep with your paper within 3 pages. You're going to have the title page, and then you should have your first level headings of the Windshield survey. Another first level heading should be Healthy People 2020, and then your last first level heading should be your conclusion. The only second level heading that you need would be these 4 physical, economic, services, and social that should go under your Windshield survey. Those would be the second level headings that you have. So hopefully this helps you just break it down a little bit more. The assignments that are for this course are for this assignment. If you have any questions regarding the rubric or anything, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you.